Alright, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ivy, your lovely spider host, and today, my peoples, we're continuing a series I haven't touched in I would say 2 years. So, yeah. So basically to start, this series is inspired by Savannah Alexandra Art's holiday Centaurettes. So there's holiday as in like Christmas holidays, and then holiday as in like other holidays. She does a lot of different centaurs for different holidays, and I love that. So I wanted to do one inspired off of her Halloween centaurs. I did one, I think, in 2023, and I haven't done one since. So I want to redo them or update their designs, and I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. So yeah, let's get into the video. Also, if you feel so inclined to, feel free to support me on Ko-Fi or Legion by maybe commissioning me or buying an adopt or buying my Your Character Here basis, because that's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool that you support me. But if you don't have the mun to, or if you just want to support me on here, I understand. I also have my socials elsewhere if you want to follow me there. They're linked in my card in my description. The card link has all of my social media that I use. So definitely go check those out. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting me. Yippee! So starting off, we have the Frankenstein Centaurette I did. I don't know what I'd name her. Frankie just seems like I'm copying Monster High. What should I name my lovely, sweet little Frankenstein Centaurette? Like, give me name ideas for some of these. So originally I was gonna give her like a little beehive, and I was like, no, I kind of want to go with like the Bride of Frankenstein hair, cause the Bride of Frankenstein hair is awesome, and I thought it would suit her a little better, and it would give more of the like Franken creature kind of vibe. I had a lot of fun designing her the first time, but I kind of wanted to go in and like update some of these designs and stuff for this year. Specifically like the hairstyle and a couple other things. I wanted to show off my new awesome pose abilities, because like the poses were fine in my last one, but like I feel like more confident in being able to pose characters now, if that makes sense. Like drawing out like poses and stuff, especially like with horses or like horse creatures or centaurs and stuff. It does help to learn anatomy. It's not that I didn't know anatomy before, it's just that I'm kind of getting the hang of it a little better than I did before, and I'm kind of getting in this movie grooving. I really like this pose. I referenced my Applejack pose from my first My Little Pony video, so yeah. Honestly, I had a lot of fun, like, just doodling out or sketching out, like, the ideas for some of these. I wanted to keep with the characters or, like, the creatures I had last time. Maybe I'll add more creatures next year. It really just depends. But, I wanted to update some of the designs for some of these, because I had trouble with this character's hair. You'll see that I edited it in the later half of this video. But give me name ideas. Like, give me names. Like, comment below like a name you might want to give a character, or a name that you feel fits the character, and I'll definitely pin like some of the comments being like, hey, this is this pony or this centaur's character like name or something. Because like I think like with the reindeer centaurettes, they kind of already have like names, because it's named after the nine reindeer Santa Claus has, obviously. But these don't really have names. I had to adjust like the body on this one. The body got a little wonky when I was sketching it. I was like, why is the body so big and her little upper half so tiny? So I have to go back and relook at my sketches to kind of get an idea, like, okay, I messed up a little here on the anatomy. I gotta like adjust it with like the move tool and stuff. Cause again, my brain will look at an image, I'm like, okay, it's fine, and then I come back to it later, I'm like, oh, something's not right. um So really, like, it's just a lot of back and forth on kind of figuring out what I wanted to do with the drawing and stuff and adjusting it and tweaking it as I go. Because that's just a lot of part of art. You kind of like, you leave it for like a couple hours, go play like a little game, like me currently with my cookie run obsession. um, I go back and forth with like drawing and working and just overall like working on like, calming activities because like again I got a lot of trauma. I have to at least do art within the day or like do stuff to kind of keep my anxiety at bay. um and a lot of it is like I cope a lot through art and other activities like gaming and stuff, and I keep calm and I keep focused and I do my thing. I do my thingy thing. And then I wanted to kind of give like the backgrounds like a little vintagey vibe because I love Alexandra, Savannah Alexandra's art. Um, so obviously, I wanted to keep with the vintagey vibe of some of these. So kind of like the interesting color palettes and stuff, or like the kind of hues. And I was just like, I don't know. I just wanted to keep inspiration with it because like a lot of this stuff like is inspired off of Savannah Alexandra's work. I have followed her for years. She's awesome. She's super nice. I even asked, I think I asked permission to make my first rendition of Holiday Centaurettes like years ago. I think it was like, what was it? Was it? I don't think it was 2020. I think it was 2021 because that's when I started doing like a lot more full body art. Because like I had this phase, and I think we all know this phase, where like you draw, you draw, um, characters with their hands behind their backs, or you don't draw like the legs. And I think with me, it was mainly because I didn't know how to proportion stuff in my sketchbook. And it's because I drew either too big or too small to draw like the legs or something. I'm like, I can't do this. So I would just draw like the upper half of the body and all that stuff. And so once I started doing digital art and I could resize the image, it was a lot easier. And then I got super into the arcana, which is kind of like how you can see in my art style how I've inspired like the mouths and kind of like, I guess like the artistic style. I really like the arcana game, so I was like super into that. And I kind of I was very inspired by the Arcana game. I have a lot of inspirations. I have like a lot of various inspirations. So, I don't take like one thing. Like I take like a lot of like the inspiration for like, how did I put it? Like the mouths from the Arcana into like my art style. Like I really like how they drew the mouths and like the facial features. I take the eyes from like one artist who I like how they draw like the eyelashes where like it matches the color of their hair. And then I like the way that they also draw the hair, so I kind of get inspired by how they do the hair. And then the anatomy again was just a lot of practice and trial and error, and looking at or studying other artists and how they do anatomy and stuff, if that makes sense. Again, I always say like it's good to learn from other artists, but don't just like copy every factor of their style. Just like take inspiration from where you can, but also like don't try to like entirely I don't know how to explain it. The only thing that's good when you entirely replicate an art style is like if you're trying to match like a show's vibes, if that makes sense. Because in the art industry, when you're working on like TV shows and stuff, they ask if you are able to replicate art styles pretty well, and it really just depends on if that's the style you're going for or if you're drawing a character from that game or something of the sorts. I say it's good to do that as a practice method, but don't like say this is my art style when it's very maybe too heavily inspired from a certain game or a certain thing. Like it can be inspired, but like add your own twist into it. Like take things that you like from other sources of inspiration and mishmash it. Make it cool, make it your own. That's my only thing. Um and here's the headless horseman or horsewoman. Horse ma'am. Headless horse ma'am. So obviously I doodled this one last year and I was really not happy looking back on it. I'm like, wow, I sucked at this one. I feel like I got better at it this year, and I feel like a little more confident in my ability to do so and draw like different horse body types. Because again, a lot of the time, like I feel like every animal has like a body type, so like you gotta study like different body types of each animal. Because my favorite example of this is like you think tigers are big, mean, and scary. You know, like they'll eat you alive. They're super strong. Have you ever seen a fat tiger before? Like, what can he do? He can't even roll over to lick his little tummy. He's just a little baby. It reminds me of hold on, which one is it? It reminds me of Bubby. You know, cause Bubby is chub nugget galore. He's my Bubby chicky nuggy. So obviously, um, I find it adorable looking at fat tigers. I don't know if you've ever seen an image of a fat tiger. Look it up because it's so hilariously adorable. Because it's like, oh my god, he's so chunky. He's a chunky monkey. You just want to sit there and rub on his belly. And it could also just be the inner white woman in me that sees a chubby cat or a chubby giant creature, and it's like, oh, you're so cute. I just want a little pinchy little cheeks, pinchy little cheeks. I don't know. It's the inner white woman that's like looking at the scariest animal ever, and they're like, and everybody else is like, ew, get it away from me. And I'm like, ah. Obviously, that's me with spiders. Like, people see me look at a spider and be like, oh, hell yeah, cool. And everybody else is like screaming, like, kill it, murder it with fire. And I'm like, no, it's my friend. I'll keep him. He's my good best friend. I'll name him, it's remind. Okay, speaking on another topic, I don't know if you guys have seen this cat. This cat deserves so many more followers. I have none to give because obviously I'm like the smallest channel ever. But if you've ever seen this cat, his name is like, I think it's like Slim Shady Cat on Instagram or something. His name is Slim, like Slim, but he's like the fattest cat ever, and he's on a diet. He's from a rescue, so he's on a diet and he's losing weight and stuff. But they nicknamed him Slimothy, and I love Slimothy. He is adorable, but it's like he's like a very overweight cat, but he's getting better, and I'm like, I love Slimothy. He's so silly. I was at dinner the other night, and I was with my brother's significant other, and I was sitting next to them. I'm like, look at this cat, I love him, because he's just chilling in the bathtub getting a bath because he's not good at giving himself baths because again he's pretty chubby, he's a little overweight, and Raz is like, oh my god, and has said his name is Slim, and and they're just like, oh my god, I love Slim. And I said, oh my god, and I saw one of the posts that said, oh, how we love Slimothy, and I'm like, his nickname is Slimothy? I was so happy. I love Slimothy. I have to find the username and I'll pin it in the comments below because I love this freaking cat. Um, but definitely just I have an attraction to adorable little creatures, like adorable scrunkly creatures especially. I was never like, people are like, "Are you into Labubus?" And I'm like, "I don't know what a Labubu is. I'm not really interested. I've seen them, but like, I'm into peepee. I'm into like the scrunkly things. I want to look at the things that look like they can murder me in my sleep, but I think they're adorable and weird. So like, I don't know." I never really got into Labubus. A lot of people were like, "I love Labubus." I'm like, "I don't know what a Labubu is. I don't know. I won't do this no more." Anyways, my point being, I was rambling again. I rambled about fat cats and tigers and spiders. But here is the lovely little witch character. Again, a lot of this kind of came down to just updating the designs. I wanted to give her more of like a little spidery dress because I have a spider web lace brush I made for myself because I'm I don't want to keep doing all the detail on the spiderweb lace because like I'm lazy. If I can make it into a brush, I'm gonna make it into a brush. And it just kind of helps me through the process a little quicker because like I can just make the brush and I'm like, yay, it's here, it's so easy. I don't have to do it no more. But here is the lovely witch character, and then the last one is a little demon horsey. I don't know what the call is. I kind of inspired the demon horse off of like, you know, so again, a lot of the time, like I was just like thinking of like nightmare or like bat ponies or like little demon ponies from like I don't know. I was just thinking like bat ponies from freaking My Little Pony, and then also thinking like, what if it was like a little demon bat pony? It wasn't just a bat pony. And I went a little crazy with it, and she existed. And I drew her last year, but I thought it was cute to kind of redoodle her design and update little things about her design. Like, I feel like the anatomy is a lot better with this one. I feel like I improved a lot of my anatomy skills. And, I'm having a lot of fun because, like, originally I would draw from like bases that I made on like a base app. It's like this little app on my iPad where you can pose like a like a character base, and you could pose like a horse base and stuff. Like it gave you different animals and stuff to put like to pose, and I would combine like a human base with a horse base and like Frankenstein it and like shove the legs into the like clip the legs to the horse model so you didn't see the legs, and you would kind of have like a centaur kind of like have a centaur pose, if that makes sense. um and basically, I kind of like was drawing based off of that because I'm not good at, like I said, I wasn't the best at horse anatomy back then. I'm still trying to figure stuff out, but I feel like I've improved. I feel like I'm doing better. And of course, we have all of our silly little horsies. Look at them all, Franken horsey. Little vampire horsey. See, I love her. I love her. She gives Lady Dimitrescu vibes. Headless horsewoman pony. Hell yeah. Headless horsewoman. Headless horseman. And then Ghost horsey. I love the drapey hooves. Ghost horsey. Witch horsey. Hell yeah. Ponies. And then last but not least, the little demon horsey, because obviously I wanted to make sure I got all these. So, thank you. Let's get into the end of the video. Ha! Hi, thank you so much for watching and hearing me ramble about fat cats, spiders, and anything other than my art, apparently. Oopsie. My point is, I like making silly little rambly videos where I talk about kind of my art sometimes, and then also just about random things that pop into my brain. So, yeah. Uh, I love you guys. I hope you're staying safe during spooky month, and yeah, have good time. Have good time. Bye bye.